Is that all you got?
What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man, Shadicstick. Sorry if my voice sounds kind of different. I'm a bit sick, but I'm joined here by my boy, ProdigyxCD. Yo, Prodigy, tell the neighborhood what is good.
Yo, what's good, everyone? How's it going? My name is Prodigy. I do a lot of Kingdom Hearts videos on my channel, and Shadic invited me over here to talk about, well, I'll let him tell you what the topic is if you haven't read the title already. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm glad to be on here.
Thank you, Prodigy. What I basically wanted to talk about was Sora being in Smash and the movement itself for Sora to be in the Smash. Now, a lot of people really want Sora in Smash, and there's reasons so. He's become such an iconic character within the JRPG realm, you know. While he isn't a Cloud, I think we could call him the little brother to Cloud. So today we're going to be talking about the final push to get Sora into Smash and more stuff relating to just Sora being in Smash and Smash itself relating to current events going on such as E3. So we know E3 is around the corner. The next Smash character is coming and Sora has not been announced. And what I want to talk about is the E3 effect that has been notable with Smash Brothers. You know, a game reveal comes and then a Smash character or vice versa. So what do you think would come first? Say, for instance, if we were to get Sora into Smash, do you think they would reveal Kingdom Hearts in some form of capacity coming to the Nintendo Switch and then announce, hey, yo, Sora, our poster boy for Kingdom Hearts, is coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Or do you think it'll work the other way around? We'll see Sora get in, and that'd be a great way to get people interested in Kingdom Hearts, you know, from the Smash fan base or player base, considering it's already sold, what, 3.1? It sold 13.1 million units in less than a month. So looking at that, there's a lot of people to bring over to Kingdom Hearts. Would you think they would reveal the character of Sora and then announce the story so far, or whatever it could be, Kingdom Hearts 3 port, which I think is unlikely in the amount of time we have? But what do you think is likely to happen, and what order you think it would happen if Sora were to come to Smash or were announced, say for instance, at an event like E3, Prodigy?
Well, I believe that they would probably announce Sora for Smash first, maybe. It could kind of go either way, but I believe that they would announce Sora for Smash first. Let's say he does come to Smash, and then based off of the interest, which there would probably be a lot because Sora is a very iconic video game character, especially in the year of 2019, then maybe they would port a Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 over to the Nintendo Switch, maybe. I even think something like 2.8 would be kind of weird for them to tackle on the Switch as well, mostly because of 0.2, because we know that has a lot of what Kingdom Hearts 3 has in it as well in terms of graphics and just effects and whatnot. So I think they would probably go that route with announcing Sora and then releasing like the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I believe actually that it's more likely that they would announce a new title exclusive to the Nintendo Switch and not port the other ones, because I don't know what's going on, but it seems like from what I heard in interviews, there seems to be something weird going on with them, like porting over Kingdom Hearts. Like there's some discussions that they've had, but they haven't always gone through because they've been in discussion about this for like a while apparently, but it seems obvious that nothing has been decided yet. And maybe they did decide on putting Sora in Smash, maybe they decided on putting 1.5 plus 2.5 on Switch, and they're developing that right now, because we know that a lot of the time when they do port like titles to Switch, there's some exclusivity going on with them. Maybe they add extra bosses to the game or some new drive form control scheme, whatever. They always try to make the Switch ports or the Switch versions of these games very unique, which is something I like about the ports on Nintendo Switch. But yeah, I think that's a route they would probably go with that. But overall though, it really just depends on if he comes to Smash like at all.
Yeah, no, that's one of those things that I think could be a video in and of itself. So hopefully we do see Sora. I'm really hoping that, you know, because like you said, there may be talks in the work. They may already have developed it. And they may shadow drop something at E3. It may never happen, but what I'm hoping is that we do get something. Maybe it's not E3. Maybe it's later in the year, or even possibly next year. We may never know. that we get to see Sora in Smash. We get to see something of Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch, and that, you know, they push forward. Even if it's an exclusive game, because this wouldn't be unprecedented. You know, our boy Nomura and you know, Square Enix like putting these games on Nintendo handhelds. The Game Boy Advance, DS, and 3DS all had exclusive Kingdom Hearts titles in the past. And on top of having exclusive Kingdom Hearts titles, it just seems like, because the Nintendo Switch is becoming so popular in Japan, I mean, it's already overtaken the PS4, that we're bound to get something soon. So, you know, we've talked about Kingdom Hearts, you know, at E3 possibly, or getting, you know, or if it gets revealed at E3. So, you know, we got to talk about, you know, the next upcoming Smash character, because is it actually Sora? Could Sora still be coming? Or if this isn't Sora, you know, or if it should be Sora at all. You know, I don't know how to feel, you know, in particular to the fact that it may not be Sora. I mean, if it isn't, you know, I won't be upset. You know, if it's another character that's extremely hype, I'll be hype about it. But Sora is really the character that I want in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He's a part of one of my favorite franchises, because if you guys who are watching don't know, Sonic and Kingdom Hearts are my two favorite video game franchises of all time. They just are. And it sucked to not see him in. I wouldn't be upset, but I'd really be really happy if he made it in. But should this be the Sora reveal? And, you know, if this isn't Sora at E3 more specifically, could he still be coming at E3? What do you feel about this, Prodigy?
Well, honestly, the more and more, the closer and closer rather E3 comes, I start to doubt that Sora will come to Smash, at least now. I don't know if he'll be the second DLC character anymore. I feel like it's very likely that they could release Sora around when maybe Kingdom Hearts Remind releases, which will definitely be like in the later fall, early winter side of things, because they said they plan on releasing all of the DLC characters by February 2020, I believe. So that's still a long time away, and Sora could be any number of these characters from 2 to 5, but I do hope that Sora is the next character. But if he isn't, if it is a Square rep who is the character, then it would put a little damper on the Sora hype for Smash. But I do believe that if they put a Square Enix rep in the game, that it would likely be Sora, or it would be a Dragon Quest character, which is highly rumored, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not want personally.
A lot of people are on the fence of not wanting Sora, not wanting, you know, a Dragon Quest character, wanting one, wanting the other, wanting both. I in particular, you know, if I get one or the other, I'm gonna be hype at either way. So I think your outlook on it is actually pretty good too. When you think about it, you know, releasing Sora around the Remind DLC would actually be one of the smartest decisions that Square would have done, because if you guys remember back to the Cloud reveal, that was sometime, I think, actually around the FF7 remake reveal. So it wouldn't be unprecedented to see Square probably try to do some type of cross promotion, whether it be, you know, incorporate, and of course it takes months to create a character in Smash. But one thing people don't realize when, you know, creating characters and advertising for a game, like the game, the addition of a character to the game could be talked about way ahead in time, like just like the advertisement. I mean, people don't understand, like, advertisements aren't made, you know, the week of. In most cases, they're made, you know, months prior, and are set up to release at a specific date for whatever reason, for financial reasons, for, you know, just or just what the economics are looking like at that time, or what the gaming space and gaming press are looking like at the time. That's kind of how this stuff works. So if it is a Dragon Quest character, I don't know, I'll be fine with it. I understand you all, because you know, we all want Sora.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I understand Dragon Quest is popular in Japan, but right now, like, Sora is, like, he's the most, like, popular, like, character, probably, like, in 2019 at the moment, and in Japan right now too, because Kingdom Hearts 3 sold highly over there as well. Like, I feel like nobody wants this Eldrick character, I think that's his name, from Dragon Quest, who no one wants. That's just me. I'm sure everyone will be fine with it, because at the end of the day, more characters in Smash, we all love Smash, so we'll be fine just because, like, there's a new character in the game. But talking about more specifics about who the character is, I feel like nobody wants him. Just no one. But maybe that's just me. I feel like most people would want Sora over like that Dragon Quest character, or even someone like Banjo over like that Dragon Quest character. Like if we get a Square rep and it isn't Sora, or if it isn't like a Final Fantasy villain like Sephiroth or something, like I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, Square has a lot of options though with their games. They could add someone like, I don't know, they could add someone like Lara Croft to be like an alternative to like a Snake or something, which would be really cool. They could add like, they could add Hitman. You know, who knows? Like, there's
they don't own Hitman anymore.
They
so
don't.
They
really?
Can't, yeah, they don't own Hitman anymore. So they actually cannot use Hitman. So, but I mean, I think you're right in certain respects. I think in Japan, the Japanese audience would be hyped for Urgit because, you know, that's kind of the poster boy for Dragon Quest. He's, let me not say the poster boy, but he's the Cloud of Dragon Quest, if that makes sense. And Dragon Quest is immensely popular in Japan, but I think in the West, Urgit, well, you know, there are people who are hyping up. I think they're in a very vocal minority. I mean, when you look at sales of games, I think like the most notable one was like Dragon Quest XI. I think in the West it barely, and I'm talking about all Western sales. I'm talking about all non-Japanese sales. Like I think the total amount of sales amounted to I don't even think it hit 1 million. It might have hit 1 million by now. But you know, it's somewhere around that mark, and you know that's not really all that great when you put in comparison, I think, the 5 to 6 million it sold in Japan. So it shows you that Dragon Quest doesn't have much power outside of Japan. That's not to say that it's not a great or a phenomenal series or an instrumental series in the JRPG genre. It's just to show that how niche it is outside of Japan. Now, we've talked about, you know, Sora, should this reveal be Sora or not, or, you know, if he isn't coming, should he still be coming? But what we haven't talked about is why haven't we got any news, or is Disney or Square holding out? Is it a Square issue? Is it a Disney issue? Or is it even possible in the current gaming climate? Because a lot of people want to make the argument that Disney wouldn't want Sora in Smash, and they don't have. I feel like this is a very unfounded argument. Many try to make the argument, and they try to pull up this. They try to pull up this. They misconstrue something Nomura said a long time ago about the city of Final Fantasy. Now, in that interview, Nomura was talking about more specifically because if you guys don't know, the city was originally supposed to be a Kingdom Hearts fighting game instead of a Final Fantasy fighting game. Now, what Nomura and his team thought about during that process, they thought about it really hard, and they were like, I don't think it's smart to have these Disney characters getting beat up when, you know, and he was referring to the Mickey Mouses, the Donalds, and the Goofies. I don't think Square Enix really cares if Sora or any of the other original Kingdom Hearts characters get, you know, roughed up because they are what they are. That's their purpose in life. They are there to get beat up. I mean, that's not their exclusive purpose, but you know, they're the ones they were made to fight. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't put the original Kingdom Hearts characters in there. The reason why they decided not to go through with it is because, you know, you don't want to see, you know, Mickey, Donald, or Goofy getting beat up because, again, while yes, they fight in Kingdom Hearts, it's not really a good look, especially when you have, you know, Kingdom Hearts characters wailing on them. That's the main reason why they didn't want to do that. Right. It wasn't because of, you know, Sora and all these other characters getting beat up. It's because the Kingdom Hearts characters are wailing on, you know, original Disney properties that existed prior to Kingdom Hearts. And another thing that I have to say is, why wouldn't Disney do it? It's a lot of money, and considering they've already made big moves with Nintendo, i.e., you know, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, making that exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, and this is the year of Marvel, if you guys already don't know, and already working with Square Enix on other games outside of Kingdom Hearts, like the Avengers project. Why would they not want to utilize Kingdom Hearts, a very massive IP, a very, I guess, important IP in the current gaming climate, especially in 2019, considering it shipped over 5 million units within this first month? Like, I don't understand where that argument comes from. Huh?
week even. 5 million the first week.
For first week. That's the first week for a single player game in 2019. First of all, that disproves the thing that single player games are dead. Second of all, that proves how strong the game is because it is a single player game pushing those amount of numbers in the first week. So I want to know your take on it. Do you think Disney or Square is holding out? Do you think there's something greater going on, or do you think it's merely a circumstance situation that in the current gaming climate, like we talk about, like they could easily reveal him around the Remind DLC or something like that? Do you think they're just waiting for the appropriate time to announce him or for him to be put in the game?
So what I think about that is I feel like that Disney that was so against a Final Fantasy like / Disney type fighting game back then is not the same Disney now that owns Marvel, that owns Star Wars, that owns Fox. Like multiple IPs that deal with a lot of fighting, a lot of action, a lot of adult themes. They are not the same Disney anymore. And because think about it again,
but before you go on, and I want to reiterate, this wasn't Disney's decision. That was actually Nomura's decision. So when you think about it, it wasn't even Disney who did it. Like in all of this, there's no reason for them not to.
Right.
So
But to my point, like that was also the same Disney that didn't allow Mickey Mouse to be in any scene in Kingdom Hearts 1 except for the one in the ending. Like, but now look at Mickey in Kingdom Hearts. Like he's all over the place, and he obviously, like, they have freedom to use Mickey like how they want in the Kingdom Hearts series now. Like I feel like over time they've grown to trust Square Enix a lot more, and Disney has always had a good relationship with Nintendo as well. And Sora specifically, I don't expect them to put Donald or Goofy in Smash. I wouldn't be particularly super surprised if they did, because that's just more representation of Disney's characters. Disney could see that as a marketing opportunity, putting Donald or Goofy as like an assist trophy or like a little cameo in the game or something. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, because Disney, like I said, they have a pretty good relationship with Nintendo. Like if you watch like a lot of like the Disney channels on cable, like most of the Nintendo ads are like on those channels, like in fact. So that's something as well. And specifically with Sora, he is co-owned. It's not Disney like being like having a tyranny over like the Kingdom Hearts series. Disney isn't like ruling the entire series. It's a group effort by Square Enix and Disney. They both like own equal rights to that Kingdom Hearts series, and especially with Sora, Nomura in fact gets the final say on anything they use Sora for with Disney. So that's also something as well. So I feel like if Sora was in Smash, like it would be fine. Like actually, I believe in a game called I'm not too familiar with this, but I do know about it, Final Fantasy Record Keeper, I believe they actually have a lot of original Kingdom Hearts characters in there, like Lee, Sora, Riku, etc. So
what's the holdup?
Yeah, exactly. Like what's the holdup? Where's Sora?
I'm honestly glad that we could cover that subject, because people just I don't think people completely really understand that situation, and they hear someone on the internet say something and they parrot it instead of looking deeper into what they're actually talking about. Because I guess I'll probably put a screenshot from that interview or from that article in this video. I've used it in previous videos, and people still come to my videos and say, oh no, Disney would never want that, and never give a solid reasoning why. So let's move on to the next subject, because we talked about E3, we talked about, you know, Sora possibly not being at E3. Should it be that, and is Disney or Square holding out on this? But the next thing we should talk about is, should Sora even be the next Smash character, or even be in Smash? Are there more deserving Square Enix reps? Like, say for instance, the one at the top of the list is Erdrick. A lot of people think Erdrick deserves to be in there more than Sora. I mean, almost every single Dragon Quest game in the series has either been on a Nintendo console or been exclusive to a Nintendo console. So they believe that because of that one tie, that or more specifically mainline Dragon Quest games. I mean, let me clarify that, have been usually represented on Nintendo consoles or exclusive to them, that they believe that, you know, Erdrick should be the one for Smash. But there are other Square Enix IPs that have either been, you know, popular as of late or have been given a new life because of the Nintendo Switch. Most notably, The World Ends With You. Should Neku be the, you know, next character for Smash? That's probably my favorite video game character of all time, and while I think it's unlikely, does he deserve a spot? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, The World Ends With You outside of the mobile phone release has been a Nintendo exclusive, especially the newest revision, which is the definitive version of the game. And then we have Noctis, who is currently the poster boy for Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy 15 is the most recent game in the series, one of the most popular. I mean, it sold well over 8 million units, and that just shows that Final Fantasy 15 is super popular, especially considering Pocket Edition has come to Switch, and while yes, the main game hasn't come to the console, they brought the game over in some form or fashion. Is there going to be an Octopath Traveler? An Octopath Traveler
so
character?
Fun. Oh my god, I would love that.
There's so much to be had, or even a Final Fantasy villain, most notably Sephiroth, because Cloud is the Final Fantasy rep. Why would they not go with Sephiroth?
I feel like we don't have enough villains. I honestly feel like we don't have enough villains in Smash, at least as guest characters, at least for guest characters. Like, I would really love Sephiroth in the game. I feel like the most deserving like Square Enix character is already in Smash, so like we're looking at the second most deserving. And honestly, like, a lot of people weren't even on the Dragon Quest character in Smash wave. Like, a lot of people weren't even like considering that like crazy. It wasn't like big, it wasn't like up there with like the K Rules or the Banjos, Genos, Soras even, because Sora's been a character that has been wanted since like Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, because that's when that push started, the Sora for Smash thing started. I feel like Sora is the second like character in line after Cloud, at least like nowadays. Maybe not like overall throughout like all of time like with Square Enix, but right now I feel like one of the hottest Square Enix characters is Sora. And like, I'd even put someone like a Aqua up there even too, because like they've been in the spotlight a lot, and they've really, Disney and Square as well, have really been pushing Kingdom Hearts in terms of marketing. And like, they're expecting a big financial, not a big one, but they're expecting a financial boost at the end of this year from Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. So like, I really feel like if they were to add a character into Smash this year, this is also like the year of Kingdom Hearts, as some people have called it, with Kingdom Hearts 3 and the DLC for that game coming out as well, and they're still pushing Kingdom Hearts like crazy. Like, I feel like this would be the year to put like a Sora in Smash. And like, I really am scared too, because like I've looked like back at like the characters that people have won in Smash before, like in Melee and Brawl and like Wii U and whatnot. It seems like a lot of the characters that people want the most in a Smash game, they usually don't end up being in like that Smash game as DLC. They usually end up being in the next Smash game, and I'm scared that's what's going to happen to Sora, because in a lot of the polls like before the game came out, Sora like managed to be in the top 5 or top 10 like very consistently, and not a single Dragon Quest character was even up there. Like, he was, I think, the only Square Enix character who was consistently in those polls. Geno as well. You're right, Geno. And like, I think he's up there. I think Geno would also be a good Square Enix rep as well. That's someone that somebody wants as well. But Sora, man, I just need him to get more representation, because I feel like a lot of these other characters, they've been in other games, they've been around for like a super long time. And I feel like for Sora to be in Smash, that not only would put a lot of spotlight on Kingdom Hearts, similar to how a lot of people started playing Persona 5 after Joker came to Smash, like, I feel like that would just escalate Kingdom Hearts like even more. It would get the representation, it would get the love, it would get the respect, because I feel like when a character is put in Smash was once the series to like celebrate Nintendo, a lot of people felt, but nowadays, like, I feel like just because some of these games aren't on Nintendo consoles doesn't necessarily mean they're completely not in like discussion, because we got people like Joker recently, who's
Cloud
like
even.
he's getting like he's like Joker doesn't even have his game on like a Nintendo console yet. Well, actually some people got the copy early, but he's just now getting his game on a Nintendo console in Persona Q2. Persona 5, we still don't know if that game will ever come to Switch. Maybe not. Cloud only just now got his game like over to the Switch. Like I feel like nowadays Smash is just a series not only to celebrate Nintendo, but it's something that like celebrates like gaming in general, and like I love that about it. And I feel like Sora is among those people. And maybe I'm biased because I love Kingdom Hearts, but I really do think Sora deserves that spot. He doesn't have to be number 2. He can be number 4 or number 5. I can wait as long as he comes to Smash at the end of the day. That's kind of all I care about, really.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's not Sora, who would you like to see? This is our second to last question. I actually have a question I wanted to ask you after this, but I wanted a toss-up question.
Okay.
If it's not Sora, who would you like to see? The first one, I want to know what non-Square representative would you want to see?
Non-Square Enix rep, definitely Banjo. I feel like that's the most realistic as well as the one I would like the most. I'm not particularly a super big fan of the Banjo and Kazooie games. It wasn't something I grew up on super heavily. I was more on the Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank side, but I feel like those two are extremely unlikely for Smash, as those are straight up like PlayStation IPs exclusives. But hey, Call of Duty's multi-platform now, so who knows what could happen. But Banjo for me is like, I kind of just want a good duck hunt. That's pretty much what I want. That's what I want. That's why I want Banjo. I want a good duck hunt. So I think Banjo would be up there for me. Second to Banjo for a non-Square rep, I guess, would be Shantae or Paper Mario. But outside of those three, like the one for a Square rep, and this is probably the character I'd want the most after Sora, since I just recently finished this game, I would want... It's an Octopath character. It would probably be Therion or Ulberich from Octopath. Probably one of those two.
I like that. Like that. Those are some good choices. For my non-Square rep, it would either be the first one, Dr. Eggman, which, if you guys don't know, a lot of people wanted more Sonic representation, another playable Sonic character. And because he's a villain and he's one of the most iconic villains in video games, he's a Bowser, a Ganondorf, an M. Bison, he's that iconic. I feel like Dr. Eggman would probably be a really good choice, and it'd probably give us a unique character considering how we've seen Eggman carry out his plans over the years and all the ways we've seen him playable. I also, and if we didn't get him as a major third party rep, for an indie rep, I'd say probably Shantae. Shantae started her life out on the Game Boy Color at the end of that console's lifespan, and to be honest, the game almost didn't come out, and that series almost didn't exist. But I think it's really one of those games while it isn't a Nintendo exclusive IP, it is definitely something that's synonymous with Nintendo because of the reoccurrence of games that come to Nintendo platforms are timed exclusives or are exclusives to Nintendo's platform. So I'd really like to see, Dr. Eggman and Shantae as a non-Square Enix rep.
Suzy would be a good indie rep from Deltarune, because like I know they're going to add some Undertale / Deltarune representation eventually. I feel
Dude, they're going to add Sans. They're going to add
Sans. I would love that too. Like the only way I can see a Undertale / Deltarune character not being in Smash is if the creator of those like just straight up says no, because I can actually see him doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, no, I don't want any Undertale representation. For my Square rep, I'd have to say, in my heart, if I'd like to see them, I'd say, first of all, I already told you, Neku, that's my favorite video game character of all time. I'm sorry, that's just my inherent bias. I can't lie. Outside of him being, that being a Nintendo exclusive franchise, I just want him. Sephiroth probably, because that's my favorite Final Fantasy villain. And on top of that, he parallels Cloud. I think it'd be a really great addition. I don't know how much space he'd take up on the screen because he's like 6'3" and has like a 7-foot sword. And if I had any other character, I don't know. I guess I'd say someone from Bravely Default, most notably, probably, Agnes, which would be the rep from the first game. So I think Agnes would be a good choice. I would want Ring a Bell, but most notably Agnes. Or even, let's say, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. I just think there's a whole slew of Square reps that could really fit Smash, especially since you have characters like Noctis that have already crossed over into a lot of other games. The most notable fighting game is Tekken that, Noctis crossed over into.
If they were to add another Final Fantasy Pro Tech, I know a lot of people would be like, nah, but I'd say make it either Leon or Titus. Probably Titus. Like, they were to add another Final Fantasy Pro Tag as a rep.
I don't want Squall, bro. Final Fantasy 8 a bad game, bro. I don't want Squall.
Hey, but he's cool, though. I don't know, man. He has a gun sword, so I just think that would be dope. That's the only reason I want him, actually. I'm not going to lie.
I just don't want Final Fantasy 8 representation. Yes, I'm slandering Final Fantasy 8. For the 5 Final Fantasy 8 fans out there, I'm sorry.
Hey, bro, people port begging for it though.
Bro, they lost the source code for that game. And I know they ain't gonna put the effort into remake it like they did Kingdom Hearts 1. But the last toss-up question that I had for you, or the surprise question that I have for you, is if Sora doesn't come from this in this first season, because I know you play Smash and you play other fighting games. If you guys didn't know, Prodigy did that. He plays more than just Kingdom Hearts. We're not gonna bully. He plays more than Kingdom Hearts and Jack and Daxter. So I gotta give him a chance to shine here and show his love for other games.
Don't associate me with that game.
But what if he doesn't come in this first season pass, do you think there's going to be a second one, and do you think he'll come in?
I heard rumors that apparently Sakurai confirmed a season 2, but I don't know. Like, I don't be believing the stuff like developers be saying, like when they be like declining stuff like that. Like sometimes they be right, but usually like it's a big when the time comes type of thing. I feel like because Sakurai has also been on record saying that he actually doesn't know how he can top Ultimate, and I feel like if he genuinely feels that way, then he's probably just gonna keep doing DLC, or the game's gonna become like a live service type of thing where like it's constantly being updated, game is constantly being changed like for years and years until the Switch eventually dies out, which it probably won't for like a decade, to be honest, just because of the type of console it is. But I feel like he could like, if there is a season 2 for Smash and they don't put Sora in the game, I will actually not play Smash ever again. I'm gonna be honest, because I will just be upset. Let me stop being slanderous. But like, I feel like if they did a season 2 for Smash, the only reason they would do one would be because of like a lot of people not getting the characters they wanted, maybe, or because I don't know, because they feel like there's more characters they could offer into the game. And honestly, I feel like while there's a lot of characters that could be in Smash, there's not a lot of characters that are like crazy DLC worthy, if you get my drift. And I feel like Sora is one of those characters that's like, he's in that exclusivity pool of like characters who are DLC worthy. But that might just be me. A lot of people feel like most of the Smash characters are going to be like action RPG characters, which would be very interesting. Like, people think that it's going to be just a bunch of Japanese characters in the game, which would kind of be funny but cool at the same time, because Japan makes a lot of really cool characters. Like, Joker was a complete another shock. Like, nobody even thought about Persona ever being in Smash, and like, I feel like that really just I don't know, maybe it's because I'm trying too hard, but I really can't think of anything. Even if Sora comes to Smash, I will scream and I will be hyped, but I feel like Joker, that is just the biggest surprise like ever, because like that was just completely out of left field. And I can't think of any other franchises that like would be a shock to be in Smash like Joker. Maybe if PlayStation just randomly put like Nathan Drake or something in Smash, I'd be surprised at that too, but I don't know. I do think, I'm rambling, I do think Sora could be in like the second pack of DLC. I do think so, but that depends on if they do a second pack in general, which is kind of like 50-50.
I think they will, because Nintendo is the only company that I've seen that has done live service as well. The most notable ones are Splatoon 2, and despite ARMS dying, they did it, they did that game well as a live service. All the DLC was free, all the new content was free. Same thing with Splatoon outside of Octo expansion, and then you paid for Octo expansion and you got more than what you paid for.
Yeah.
Another more notable one is Mario Tennis Aces. They continue to update that game with content. I think Nintendo has really taken the next step in the live service business, and they're the only ones who are doing it well. I can definitely see a Fighters Pass Season 2 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, especially considering if they want, I don't think this game will be, I don't think there'll be a predecessor, not a predecessor, but another successor to Smash Ultimate on Switch, because it's the Smash game for Switch. And the Switch is only in its, third year. We're in the third year right now. The game came out in its second year, which is really early considering most of the other Smash games outside of Melee came out either in the middle or near the end of the console's lifespan. So I do think that we're going to get more DLC, and I think we're going to get a Season 2, because I think Nintendo's going to try to push the lifespan of the Nintendo Switch. And if Sora doesn't make it in this first one, he's definitely going to make it in that second one. I would not imagine the Nintendo missing out on that opportunity, Sakurai missing out on that opportunity, because I think he's on record saying he actually likes Kingdom Hearts. Don't quote me.
He's friends with Nomura, so
yeah. He's buddy. Him and Nomura are boys. All Nomura, they already got Cloud. All Sakurai gotta be like walk us up to Nomura, be like, yo boy,
they're like the same people, to be honest.
They kind of are. They really are the kind of, they are the same person. Like, they walk into a room, they look at something, they fix it. They walk into a room, they micromanage all their games to the T. I definitely think that Sora has a really high possibility of getting Smash. I think if there's a Season 2 and he doesn't come in a Season 1, he'd be likely to come in it. But do you have any closing thoughts, Prodigy? Tell me your closing thoughts on this entire dilemma with Sora in Smash and Sora for Smash, the movement to get Sora into Smash.
If they are bold enough to make a Season 2 and not put Sora in it, I'm going to be triggered. That's all I'm gonna say. Not actually, but like I'll be a little salty, just a little salty. Apparently, Sakurai didn't. Well, no, this is actually like straight confirmed. Sakurai, I think he picked from like a list that Nintendo gave him for like DLC characters, and they sat down and like decided all of that apparently. And I think it was like September or something, like September, October.
Nintendo picked release. Nintendo picked the list of characters that were able to come to the game.
The reason I'm a little skeptical is because, like, although Kingdom Hearts hype was, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was, like, the most hyped game in, like, 2018. Most anticipated, won most of those awards. It, like, literally took over E3 last year. So I'd imagine Sora was at least on that list that Nintendo gave him. And maybe Sakurai picked him, but like, especially after Kingdom Hearts 3's success, if they decide to do a Season 2 and Nintendo hands them another list and they don't pick Sora, if they're bold enough to not do that, bro, oh my gosh, I don't know. I just don't know. I just want Sora in a fighting game, to be honest. So, like, whether it's Kingdom Hearts getting its own fighting game or something, like, Final Fantasy fans, they already got the Cydia, bro. Like, what has Kingdom Hearts got? All we got, like, Kingdom Hearts, favorite series of all time, but like, Sora, I want to be able to body people. I want to be able to say Sora's top tier in a fighting game. And like, if he's not top tier in Smash, I'm making him top tier, just straight up. Like, I'm becoming a Sora man. You're going to be seeing me like record Smash videos, straight up. Like, I'm going to be a Smash tuber when Sora comes out, or partial Smash tuber, a Sora tuber. Let's call it that.
He'll be a Sora too, but he will be the shill of the Sora player base.
And
But
it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but like Shadicstick knows I'm bummed.
yeah, no, guys, he's not lying. Like that's the worst part about it. I want to say he's joking, but he's so serious.
Bro, I'm serious about Kingdom Hearts, man.
But guys, tell me how you feel about this in the comment section down below. First of all, I want to say thank you, Prodigy, for being on here. I really do appreciate it. Your boy is trying to do more collabs, more, podcast style discussion and stuff like that. So if y'all could, make sure y'all check out Prodigy. The link to his channel will be in the description down below. Also, I want to say, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, join the Discord, the Oasis. We're around 50 members, 50 plus members, so I'd highly appreciate it if you guys could join us. It's a really, small, tight-knit community right now. I cannot speak English right now, and we have a lot of people in there. So if there's someone to talk, if there's any game you want to talk about, there are people in there who talk about Monster Hunter, and I don't talk about Monster Hunter at all. So if you really just have any type of game you want to talk about, you don't want to talk about Kingdom Hearts, you don't want to talk about Final Fantasy, maybe you want to talk about Mario, maybe you want to talk about Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, or whatever, click that link in the description down below. I have a list of some other videos in the description. And guys, make sure but just remember, comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Follow me on Twitter. Remember, Hot Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga. Make sure you chill out with some of my other videos. Follow Prodigy down below. Peace. Kiss, kiss.
You guys have a good one. Bye.